These last few days have been filled with big news, of course, from the Secretary of State's office in Georgia, from the governor's race there to voter security. It's really been in the spotlight for sure. Today, News Channel 6's Ashley Osborne explains some of the key duties performed by the Secretary of State's office. She's live in our newsroom.
Hey, Brad, we've arguably heard the words Secretary of State more in this election than ever before. And up until this point, many of you might not have even known what Georgia's Secretary of State even does. So we break down some of the main responsibilities. It's clear this election has served as a learning lesson on an arguably underexplained state office.
I think it's very important that this whole country benefit from this education we're having in Georgia about what a Secretary of State does.
Former U.S. Congressman John Barrow hoping to be the next Democratic Secretary of State in Georgia. Republican candidate and state representative Brad Raffensperger got more votes, but just barely. Neither got more than 50%, which means a December 4th runoff is likely, although not officially announced. And if you followed the governor's race in Georgia, you probably already know the Secretary of State's office has an important role in elections. According to their website, the Secretary of State is responsible for the administration of secure, accessible, and fair elections. Currently, there's no law that requires someone to step down while they run for office, something political scientist Dr. Craig Albert says could be reconsidered.
I hope the next legislative session we look into this.
The Secretary of State also deals with the registration of nonprofits, corporations, and business licenses.
I'm running for Secretary of State for a lot of reasons. I can think of 700,000 reasons right off the top of my head. That is how many people depend on this office every day for the license they've got to have in order to practice their profession or to pursue their business.
Another of the top duties is the regulation of securities, things like stocks, bonds, and options. And given the many responsibilities the Secretary of State holds, they tell us there are 255 budgeted full-time positions in the office. The Secretary of State also oversees public records, things like maps, grants, and laws. They're responsible for educational programs about the Capitol. Organizations like the Georgia Drugs and Narcotics Agency, the Georgia Real Estate Commission, and the State Ethics Commission also fall under the office. Jenny?